Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the banks of the Chicago River. We've got a beautiful day here. We're about 60 degrees, maybe high 50s, but the sun's shining. People are taking photos here. We're already at Wacker, Michigan. I'm starting just a little few minutes early because I purchased a 10-day water taxi ride, so I got 10 trips for a single commuter to take the yellow water taxi. So we'll see if we can catch it. We'll catch it right over there where those people are waiting. You see where we're crossing. This is the hey, Anna Marie, Mary Therese. We're crossing the DuSable Michigan Bridge here, as we usually do in the morning here. And there's the St. Regis. There's people crossing the bridge here, the Tribune Tower and the Intercontinental Hotel. Look at the people taking pictures. Here's the beautiful Chicago River, the Riverwalk. People are getting on the Wendella there, but we're going to get on the water taxi. And to me, that's the best value. The 10-day ride there, $25 gets you 10 rides, $2.50 there. It's almost the same fare as the CTA. We got sirens, of course, ubiquitous sirens, and they're in the city with all the hospitals. And hey, Anna Marie and Andres, Lorraine, how you doing there? Mary Therese, yeah. Thanks, everybody. So we'll head. It's supposed to be 12:10 is when I'm gonna get on. Hopefully, catch this water taxi. We got a. Is that a fire truck? I think it's a fire truck. So we'll get in position here and we'll film this fire truck heading across the bridge here. There, number 13 heading up Michigan Avenue with the flags there. Look at all these people. Look at all these people getting, you know, we're not even to the summer tourist season yet. And all these people taking photos here, group photos in front of the Wrigley building. Ghirardelli chocolates, and we'll head behind the Wrigley building and we'll get in position here. We'll take a little water taxi ride. And I'm only going to take it one stop. The one I'm taking, you can take it all the way to Chinatown. Fortunately, I got to get back to work. People know the drill, so I'll take it. It'll probably only take us 10 minutes to get over to Riverside Plaza. And then I'll get off and we'll walk back to Riverwalk or figure out what we're going to do to get back to work. But here, people are taking photos. We're in between the Wrigley building and the annex. We're underneath the Sky Bridge there. John James, how you doing here? Patricia, Bell, thanks everybody. I missed anybody? Crystal Blue Funk, hey, thanks for tuning in. Let's take a water taxi ride there with Lorraine and Andres, Anna Marie. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. What a beautiful day it's tuning. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. I like this weather. To me, this is perfect. Almost 60 degrees with sunshine. I know our Florida and Texas friends will think this is cold, but for Chicago, springtime, this is not too bad. And it's supposed to warm up to the 70s starting tomorrow and Friday, and then by the weekend I saw an 80s possibly. I doubt by the lake. The lake usually keeps us cooler. But there's the that shoreline sightseeing's going by there. We'll head down. This is the same place that Chris, Brandon, and I caught it in April. We took that boat ride on the yellow water taxi all the way down to Chinatown, and I posted that, the reruns, but I'm just going to do it here on YouTube. We'll get some nice landscape. I'll narrate the whole thing, give you your own architectural cruise here, as done by Brian Really Chicago. People always say I should be a docent on the architectural tour boats, so if I ever lose my day job there at the architecture and engineering firm, maybe they'll hire me on the Wendella there. Look at that. This will go on my resume. I'll be like, look, here's my trial run here. You can see if I qualify, if I know enough knowledge. So there's shoreline, and then there's the yellow water taxis. The yellow water taxis is what we're going to take. It's what these people are waiting for. You can catch it here. It'll take you the next stop is over by Union Station, or no, actually it's by Ogilvy Station, Riverside Plaza. You get off around Madison, just north of Madison there, by Canal and Wacker. If you stay on it, it'll take you all the way to Chinatown, and that's what we did in the April, Chris, Brandon, and I took it was on a weekend. We took just on a whim. I didn't even plan to do it. We took a water taxi ride, and we went down to Chinatown, and we took it back. You can get a full day pass, $10. You can ride it as many times as you want. I've opted for the 10-day pass, which you get 10 rides, $25 get you 10 rides, so $2.50. So hopefully other lunch times, maybe in the evening one time I'll take it down to Chinatown. I'll do that on TikTok, and we'll take a tour down. I'll walk through Pilsen or something, and then catch the train line back home. Here, let's walk down here along this little riverfront plaza they got here underneath the Trump Tower. So you see how this, it doesn't really connect under, this is the back side of the Wrigley building, or the I should say the west side of the Wrigley building. This is the DeSable Michigan Bridge that we just crossed, and this is the main channel of the Chicago River. You see all the historic buildings there, the Mather Tower, the Jewelers Building, London House, the 333 Michigan, that's the Mather Tower, that's the Jewelers Building we talked about. This is the tall Trump Building, which if you're looking at the side of it, it's not even the full height of it. The full height of it, you got to get over there to see it. 1,200 feet tall, second tallest building in Chicago. Hey, thank you. Thanks for the penguin. Yeah, that's nice. Look at that. Thanks for all the emojis there. And John James, Bell, thanks for tuning in. Amber, yeah, happy Wednesday. We made it to the sunshine. Hopefully the rain's done for the day, and we'll see if we get a glimpse. While we're waiting here, I'll keep walking here. I'll walk along the bottom of the Trump Tower, because we should have time to get back. We're looking for the yellow water taxi, and I see that's the Sea Dog. So I'm expecting the yellow water taxi to come up this way, and then we can get on it. It's probably going to come back from Chinatown. It'll be carrying people north. And well, okay, so there's there's two competing companies. There's a different, the Shoreline cruises, they have a water taxi that runs from Navy Pier. It stops on the other side. You see where that boat is over there on the other side? It stops there, and then it goes over to Sears Tower. And the Shoreline does not go to Chinatown. Only the yellow water taxi goes to Chinatown. They might change that in the summertime when we get to the peak tourist season. Same thing with the yellow water taxi. Right now, the yellow water taxi is not going to Navy Pier. I know it's confusing. I wish it would, because I would take it there. Right now, the yellow water taxi is not going to Navy Pier. It's only going to Chinatown, with one stop in between Michigan Avenue and Ogilvie train station there, where we're going to take it. Again, all this information is available online. It's at your fingertips. The world of information. You don't have to take my word for it. All this, you just go to type in Chicago water taxi in any search engine. They'll have the schedules, the fares, anything you can ask me. It's right there. You got the internet. I know it's easy. I appreciate the engagement here. So here it comes. Here comes. We're going to get on that yellow water taxi. So let's head back here. We're underneath the Trump Tower right here. There we look at that nice view to the Wrigley and Michigan Avenue Bridge. Look how fast it's coming here, so I better get over here. We're going to catch this yellow water taxi. 12:10 is when it's scheduled to depart. So we'll follow right along here, and then we'll get on this boat. Yeah, Carla, Sandy, thanks, Anna. Thanks for tuning in there. So yeah, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the Chicago River. We'll take a little boat ride here at lunchtime on YouTube. See it landscape is streaming okay? Good, there it is. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'll be on there. I'm going to join you. That's good. See, he's waving to us. That's awesome. So let's go up here and catch this water taxi. What a beautiful day for a boat ride. I got a light jacket on. It feels pretty warm. So I think, check their webpage. Check their webpage. Don't take my word for it. They depends on the weather, usually every half hour, every half hour, sometimes every 15 minutes. It depends on the peak rush hour. They do more often during the morning and evening rush hour, because people take them from the train stations from one side of the loop to the other. I want to say every half hour, but in rush hour, it's like every 15 minutes. Some of them go to Chinatown, some of them go to Ogilvie. You got to check. Yeah, Chicago Water Taxi. Thanks for the good questions here. We'll queue up here. We'll get in line here. We'll watch people get off first, and then these are all the. We'll get with this group. We're getting on here, so we'll join these couple, and we'll get in line here. Chicago Water Taxi. Yeah, Sky. Yeah, you watch this on TV. You can throw it up on the flat screen there. So I'll show you how the drill is. We took this with Chris and Brandon, and we'll get in the line here. How you doing? And everybody's crowding the front here, but that's okay. We'll get on. There's plenty of room. There's no reason to rush. Yeah, again, there is a competing line that does go to Navy Pier, not the yellow water taxi. It's called the Shoreline. It costs more. I checked their website. I don't know if they're running today. They usually run on weekends. There's a different line that does go to Navy Pier, just this yellow water taxi. And yes, it would be nice if it went to Navy Pier. You can ask them why they don't do it. I don't know why they're not going to Navy Pier. They used to go to Goose Island. They weren't running these after COVID because there wasn't enough people taking them and they couldn't be profitable. But now they're running again, which I'm happy. That's why I want to take them, because I want this to be an option. To me, this is the best and cheapest way to get on the river. Of course, you don't get the tour with the Spiel. If you want that, you got to pay $50, or you might be able to get a deal to take the architectural cruises. And here we'll wait and we'll see once people start to get on here. I'll show you. You get a QR code. You get a QR code. You get it's all. They send you an email, and you get a little code here on your phone here like this. So you get a little QR code that they scan. There it is, the Chicago Water Taxi. And we see people are going to start to get on here. We'll get on here and we'll try to get a nice spot there on the top. I'll try to get in the back there by the flag so we can film backwards when they drive. We're not going to take it all the way to Chinatown. We're just going to take it over to Madison and Wanker there near the Riverside Plaza. We'll take this water taxi here. Yeah, jealous. Yeah, well, I'll take you virtually. I'll give you a virtual ride, the next best thing. I know it's best to be here in person, but that's why we do this. Ben's time and space here, live streaming. At least it's in real time here. And see if they're scanning the code here. We'll get on the boat here. So we'll go below. You can go below. You see, you can sit down below there, and we're going to try to get to the top. There's a architectural cruise. Those cost more, and they actually have a guide that gives you all the names of the buildings and stuff, which I'll try to do that as much as possible. I don't know all the names of the buildings, and I just play. I'm not an architect. I just play one on TV, like George Costanza. But here, we'll get on the Chicago Water Taxi. What a beautiful day. Yeah, watch your step here. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, look at that. See, you can walk on the plank here. You can sit in the front. That's a good spot. I'm going to try to get to the top here. So let's see if they let us live to the back here. There's a nice group here. He's scanning all the. So you talk to the guy here, and he scans your ticket here. And then we'll see if we can get to the top here. See how you can sit in the front here. There you go. Here you go. You got it? Thank you. Yeah, we passed the test here. So, yeah. See how you can look out the back here. We're on the river. We'll go up the stairs here. We'll get on the top. To me, the best view is on the top. This is what we did when we went with Chris and Brandy. You get on the top here. Yeah, see, they're going to the back there. That's actually what I wanted to do. But here, we'll go on this side. Yeah, we'll sit right back here in the corner here. Well, they want to sit there. That's okay. Yeah, good. So, this is a good spot here. We'll stand right here, and we'll here we can walk around here. So look at this. Yeah. So again, this used to go to Goose Island. There used to be a stop. The northernmost stop used to be, before the pandemic, it used to go up to North Avenue. I caught it there with my father when we rode it in with my aunt. And it was a stop at, where we walk behind Montgomery Wards there at Chicago Avenue. There was a stop there. So far this year, the boats are not going up there. There's not enough demand for people, but they're going to build a lot of new development up there. So hopefully in the future, they'll continue that, where you can take it up the North Branch and talk to the water taxi. Let them know that you want to do that, so that maybe they'll start taking the taxis up that way. Right now they're on a limited schedule because we're not to the peak tourist season yet. They're only going between Michigan Avenue, the Ogilvy station here, and then they go down to Chinatown. But not all the boats go to Chinatown, only some of them do. So you got to check and talk to them and ask questions. If you're here, if you take them, they'll be able to help you out. But here, we're starting to launch here. We got 12:12 afternoon here in Chicago. We're on the water taxi here, and we're going to head down to Madison Street over the other side of the loop. And we got 60 degrees, a beautiful sunshine day. We'll just film the sights here. We'll film the bridge here. Here, let me sit down. Let me sit down so I'm not falling over the edge here. Yeah, they're gonna throw. Remember, yeah, you saw that they threw the beach ball. That was when I was with Brandon and Chris. They threw the beach ball off the bridge here. That was very unique that we caught that here. See, we're underneath. There's the Tribune Tower, and we're right underneath the side of the Wrigley Building. It's hard to see the top of it here. What a beautiful day here. Yeah, they're taking photos here. Look at that. There's the Jewelers Building, the R.R. Donnelly, the Leo Burnett Building. Here's the London House, the Mather Tower, the 333 North Michigan Building, the Mies van der Rohe Building. There's the architectural cruise going under the bridge there. There's the St. Regis. Yeah, we're finally cruising here. This is nice. Look at this. Julie, Anna. Yeah, Goose Island would be nice. I really hope they get that going again, the Goose Island, because I want to be able to go and catch it from the North Avenue Bridge there at the north end of Goose Island. They're building some new housing on the southern tip of Goose Island, so we'll see if that gets it going again. But hey, look at this. Hey, and I'm resting my feet here. This is the way to see the city. You can sit down, just watch the world go by. Here's the London House, Mather Tower. Look back there, you can see the Wrigley Building. Look at that. Look at that view. You can see we're right underneath the full height of the Trump Tower. Look at that. Looking up, straight up. Look at that. And we're going to get a spectacular view of the Marina Towers. Here we're going underneath the Wabash Avenue Bridge here. There's Jewelers Building. And this thing really starts moving here. See how you can see the other boats as we go by. That's what's so nice about it. You can wave to people in the other boats. Yeah. This is the way to do lunch. Yeah, I could actually eat my lunch on here. There's the Fort Dearborn. Sitting full there. There's the safety message. Hey, how you doing? Hey, he's waving to us. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, that's awesome. Here, we're heading under the State Street Bridge here. Look at this. So here's a great view to the bottom of the Marina Towers. We're gonna look at this awesome view we're gonna get of the Marina Towers right underneath them. Look at that. Hey, it's corn. Big lump with knobs. It's got the juice. Can't imagine a more beautiful thing. Look at this. And this is where you can rent the electric boats. You can rent the hot tub boat. I don't see the hot tub boat anymore, so maybe they just had that out for wintertime. They switched to these electric boats. See, this guy's in this little blue boat. You see he's driving it just like a car. You can rent those. And he's waiting for us to go by there. But here, yeah, underneath the Marina Towers. Here's the Dearborn Street Bridge, looking back to the State Street Bridge. Look at that. Hey, he's pulling out right there. Look at that. He's waiting for us to go by. There, 55 Whacker. There, look at these people sitting on the Portofino and the RPM Seafood. There's the Quaker Oats building. Look at that. Yeah, isn't that nice? Thanks for tuning in. Isn't that? You can watch the full rerun here. I might do this more often here. I got a 10 ride ticket. I got 9 rides left. So here we're going by the Portofino, RPM Seafood. That's the Illinois Conservation Police waving to us right there. And look, we got a bridge lift. We got a bridge lift. This bridge is opening right in front of us. I forgot there was a bridge lift today. Here's all the sailboats. So remember, so we can walk back. We'll walk back and we'll catch the end of the sailboat. They're lifting the Clark Street Bridge. As we went underneath it here, here's all the sailboats. There's many more sailboats today. There's some sailboats over here. and they're tied up here along the side. And look at this, they're lifting the Clark Street Bridge right when we went underneath it there. Look at that. Look at that view, yeah. Got the sailboats heading to Lake Michigan. They lift this every Wednesday and Saturdays, weather permitting, spring and fall, to lift the sailboats. And they already got, we're going under the LaSalle Street Bridge here. And they already got it down. Here comes the Odyssey. Here's the Odyssey. There's the, hey, how you doing? Here's the lunch boat cruise. You can get a dinner cruise there, lunch and dinner. Get on the long Odyssey boat there. Look at that. And we can look back to see the bridge in the upright position there. Look at this beautiful skyline view. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, they got this. Those are the ones you got to paddle yourself with human paddler. But look back there. They got the Clark Street Bridge upright, LaSalle Street Bridge. We're going by the Chicago Cut Steakhouse. And they were going underneath the Wabash Avenue Bridge. This is the one that the L goes across. There's Wolf Point and Salesforce Tower. And here comes the L. Here comes the L, right on cue. Look at this. Here's the L train. Christy, how you doing? Bob, are you seeing this? Yeah, with the bridge lift. They started lifting right when we went under. You saw that, Julie? Bell, look at, they got the brown lines heading across the Wells Street Bridge here. Look at these beautiful scenes of the city here in Chicago. Yeah, look at this. And we're going by the merchandise mart, so I'll get it once the train goes across here. What a beautiful day to take a boat ride. Look at that, the merchandise mart. We're underneath the merchandise mart. There's great views to the Sears Tower. I just missed it. There was a great view to the Sears Tower. There's so much to look here. The Franklins. We'll get another chance when we get over here. Look at that. There's the green line. There's the green line. And I always forget to turn around to get that Sears Tower view, but we're going to get it again here when we head under the Salesforce Tower and the residential towers. Here's the, they used to call this the 333 Wacker. Now it's Nuveen Investment, this curve, this iconic curve building with the reflections. And here, see, we're under the Franklin Street Bridge. And look at this. There's a large barge heading down there. Look at that. Look at this river traffic. So the river is the boat's stopping here to wait for this large barge to look at the size of this thing. It's heading straight south. It's going to be ahead of us. That's harkening back to the days when we had more industrial traffic, where they used to have barges hauling stuff. But look at this pleasure craft going by. We'll look back here to the Franklin Street Bridge is under construction here. And look at this boat coming by here. That's a multi-million-dollar yacht coming by here. And look at that barge going underneath the Lake Street Bridge there. And there's here's some of the new riverfront esplanade they got on the north side here. And you get a good view to the merchandise mart. There'll be a nice view of the Sears Tower here in a second. There it is. But look at that giant barge there heading down, and there we'll just do this so we make sure we get the Sears Tower this time. And then we'll swing around to get the Sales Point, Wolf Point. At the confluence, you got it. Yeah, give me a taxi ride. Looks good on the TV here. Yeah, look at how narrow the bottom of it, the tuning fork building there. You see the top of the Sears Tower and that barge here. See, so there's still, remember we saw the scaffolding. I'm glad they got it straight. That one day we saw the scaffolding was all sideways there on the Salesforce Tower. They're still working on it, and they're working around the front there. We got some sirens going across the Franklin Street Bridge here. But there's the North Branch, so I'm hoping they'll eventually get the water taxis going up to Goose Island again. They used to. And you see that's that bridge is in the upright position. There's the Calatrava sculpture, these Riverside Plaza buildings, and this is what I call the tuning fork bridge. Look at the traffic. The traffic's backing up here. There's so much river traffic today. What a great day. We got that bridge lift there with the sailboats. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're going under Lake Street right here. And yeah, here's the confluence, Wolf Point. Look at that. The reflection in the water there. Look at the people sitting out on the deck chairs there, merchandise mart. And we're going underneath the Lake Street Bridge. There's that Beatnik Cafe right up my alley there. There's the Porter Kitchen and Deck. You could sit down there, and this is underneath the Tuning Fork building, 150 North Riverside. Look at the weight of that building cantilevered, hanging over the river, literally. And there's the Lake Street Bridge here. Porter Kitchen and Deck. Sit at the bottom there, the small cheval. Here's Randolph Street. And there's the Beatnik Cafe right there. Let's look back to Salesforce. Trains, boats, and bridges. Yeah, it's almost like trains, and automobiles. We got sailboats, trains, and boats, cars, and sirens, and people. Randolph Street. What a great day for a boat ride here. So I'll head right back to the Riverwalk so we can maybe we can catch up to them by the time they get to the Michigan Avenue Bridge, and be able to film some of the boats going through the bridges there. Bazaar Meat. This is the Bank of America building, and I guess this is still Boeing, 100 North Riverside. I guess Boeing still has even though Boeing officially moved their headquarters to Washington, D.C. to be closer to the lobbying. Lobbying's very important for Boeing for some reason. I wonder why. And Washington Boulevard here. Look how the bottom of the Salesforce, or this is the bottom of the Bank of America building. And there's the Civic Opera House. Yeah, you're right. It's the connection from the Great Lakes to the Mississippi. They reversed the Chicago River, which became the sanitary and ship canal. And you go through a series of locks. You can go through the Erie Canal, connect to New York City, or you go the other way, you connect all the way to New Orleans. The Mississippi's connected through the Illinois Ship and Sanitary Canal up the Illinois River, connect to the Great Lakes. You can go to Buffalo, connect to the Erie Canal, go to Albany, down the Hudson, down to New York City. You can go all around the intercoastal, around Florida, and go back to New Orleans, do a full circumnavigation of the entire eastern side. Some people do that. It takes months, it takes at least weeks to do it. They do, that whole on a boat. And it's possible. There's a few areas you have to go out in the open ocean, but it's possible. Yeah, so we're docking here. You see how we dock here? So we'll get off here and we'll walk back and catch that bridge lift. And I could catch a boat going the other way. I could just get on the next boat, but I feel like walking here. We got 12:24, so we got plenty of time. There's the mercantile change. Yeah, let's get down here. So we'll get ready to get off of this boat. These other people are probably going all the way to Chinatown, which is fine. I got to get back to work. I would love to stay on this boat and go to Chinatown. It's such a beautiful day, but hopefully eventually we'll be able to do that. So we'll check out see, they got a bar down here. You can get some drinks. There's people going buying a little craft here. Look at that. Yeah. So we'll show some of the front here. They got some tables. You can sit down here. Yeah, have your lunch. They're opening up the door here. Look at that. So you can purchase your tickets. Just scan that QR code. Hey, we're getting off here. So let's get off here. How you doing? Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, we made it. See, here comes the other water taxi. There's one coming up from Chinatown here. We're down at Madison Street, the Civic Opera building. How you doing? See, we get off here. They got an indoor waiting area. Underneath this, there's train tracks behind this. They got a waiting area down here for the true transportation. People use this. You get a 10-day ride, same fare as the CTA, $2.50. I bought a 10 ride. Yeah. Wasn't that great? Yeah, we were right under the Clark Street Bridge when it started to open. I forgot there was a bridge lift today, but we got it. We'll still catch it. We'll head right back to the Riverwalk. We'll catch the end. We'll get up to Michigan Avenue. I bet you we'll make it back to Michigan Avenue before they open it. And so I'll reverse this. To North Riverside Plaza, you can connect to Ogilvie train station. You get to Union Station if you cross to Madison, the other side of the street here. Hey, thanks for being on here, the Lunch Bunch. Thanks for coming along a little boat ride. We'll do this again. And if they ever get it going to Navy Pier, yeah, I certainly want to take it to Navy Pier. See, there's the other one pulling in there. Right across from the Civic Opera building here, downtown Chicago. Look at this beautiful Art Deco Riverside Plaza. I'm just amazed with this architecture, and it looks so nice in the sunshine. People enjoying their lunch break. Let's go catch up with these sailboats. So yeah, we got it all right here. And that's why, I understand people want to bash the city for political reasons. They want to bash the city because of crime and poverty and bad, corruption in government, and they big city mayors. No one likes big city mayors in this country. I don't care what city, but I love this city. you see how there's a lot of positive things in this city. It's not all negative, and I'm not trying to gloss over the negatives, but I just want to highlight why I love this city and why I stay. And you know, we do the best we can here. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. And here we'll head right over to we'll stay up here, up on this top here. This is underneath the Boeing building here. We're across from the Bank of America Tower here. We'll head along this plaza, and then we'll cross at Lake. Well, we've got to go two more blocks up here. We got to cross Randolph, and then we got to cross Lake, and then we'll get to the Riverwalk, and we'll try to catch the end of the Sailboat Bridge lift when we head back. We got 12:28, so I got a half an hour to get back to Michigan Avenue. Yeah, let's go back to the bridge lifts. Let's catch it. You know, we got such a beautiful day here. And dummy me, we filmed it last Wednesday and the Wednesday before, and I get so busy with work and stuff that I actually forgot that it was going on today until that bridge started lifting and I saw the sailboats. But I'm glad we did it because we took a boat ride and we got to see it that way, which is a unique perspective, riding through the boat when they're lifting the bridge. Glad Bob got to see that, and everybody else, thanks for tuning in here. We're up to Randolph Street here underneath the Boeing building. And some of this building's cantilevered over the railroad air rights, as is this building, the Tuning Fork building. Look how narrow it is at the bottom. It's balanced there. It's balanced on a cord. And we'll cross here at, we'll cross Randolph Street. We'll get over to Lake. We'll get a view of the L train crossing Lake Street here. And we'll just wait for the light to change here. We'll see if the traffic stops here on Randolph. You can see the Merchandise Mart. There you can see the Sears Tower. There's the top of the Sears Tower behind the Mercantile Exchange. There's the L going across. There's a green line heading across the Lake Street Bridge. Now the lights changing so we can get across here. We can cross here at Randolph and the river. Go by the Porter Kitchen, a small Cheval. They got a Starbucks brown bag. This nice plaza here. You guys better stay up on this side. Yeah, so Ogilvie train station's right there. There's a green line heading the other way. Look at all this activity. 150 North Riverside. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We get so depressed dwelling on the negative. I got to stay on the positive. I know I got to be careful on TikTok that I go on my rants about my own personal bailiwick with the stock market and the Fed. I got to stop doing that. They're going to label me as spreading misinformation. And my moderators and everybody as part of the team, we work so hard to maintain that account. So I can't truly be myself on these formats. I got to keep it positive. I got to stay neutral. I know people have different opinions. It's hard when people are allowed to comment in the comments and I'm not allowed to respond to them, but that's the nature of the biz here. I got to realize the responsibility I have is trying to be a good moderator here and stay positive. Yeah, if you dwell on the negative, it's too depressing. There's negative stuff in the world. We got to enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Control what we can control, your circle of concern. And yeah, we'll still enjoy the day. Look, we got kayakers. Oh, I lost my hat. There goes my hat. Look, my hat's blown away. Welcome to the Windy City where you lose your hat. I'm trying to film the kayaks here. Trying to get across this. Yeah, feel that wind. Feel that wind. Kayakers will head over to these sailboats that are still going through the Bascule bridges here, and we'll get the end of the bridge lift. Be a good way to look at this. There, 150 North Riverside. We'll cross the street here if we can. The flow of traffic that never ends. We're underneath Lake Street here, the L's. Let's see if we can get to cross the street here. Here comes the cement mixer, look at that. So once we get across this, we won't have any streets to cross. I'm anxiously waiting to cross here. The traffic's just perfectly timed so I can't cross. There, maybe after this car we can cross. Yeah, we're going. We're going. Look at that. Look how the light hits underneath the Lake Street Bridge here. There's River Point Plaza here. Gibson's that way. We'll cross here. We'll follow these kayakers. Here comes some more boats here. Yeah, here's the confluence. North Branch of the Chicago River. We'll cross right here at Lake, and we'll get this bridge lift here further down the river. Here comes the skateboarder. We'll let him go through. Yeah, look at that. Skating along here. Yeah, October's a good month. Usually that's a good fall month. They'll do bridge lifts to reverse it. You know, they lift them in the spring and they lift them in the fall. There's the water taxi that we saw going the other direction, so it's heading back to Michigan Avenue. I could have caught that water taxi and took it right back. I probably should have did that, but it's such a beautiful day. I want to walk along the Riverwalk. So we get hey, how you doing? So we get both perspectives from the river in the one live. We get the perspective from being on the water taxi, and then we get the perspective of walking along the Riverwalk. And we'll follow this guy. We'll head right down. We're at Lake and Wacker here. We'll head down to the Riverwalk here.
That might be the next one. Yeah, my friend might be a little bit more fire. Like, does it make sense?
I want to see these people sitting on the side here. We'll get a close-up view. We'll get to view all the other boats going by. A lot of traffic on the river today. We saw that giant barge going by. Did you see that? Here's the sky view barge. Barge full of people. Hey, there's a nice dog. How you doing there? Yeah. Merchandise Mart. People sitting in the deck chairs here. Lake chairs. There. People waving. How you doing? Grandfather's buried in Graceland Cemetery. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. You can look on Google Earth. I might go to Graceland Cemetery on Friday. I'm not making any promises. The reason I might go to the Graceland Cemetery, it depends on my battery. I got invited to go to the Cubs game. The Cubs have a day game on Friday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I think it's a 1:20 game or a 1 o'clock game. So I'm probably going to meet my friend that was so kind to, I'll make sure I buy him tons of beer for getting the tickets. We're going to probably meet at Byron's hot dog stand there. And then like noontime, I'll probably come on YouTube here for my normal YouTube lunch bunch live stream, and we'll be up in Wrigleyville heading into Wrigley for a Cubs game. So Friday, if you're not doing anything, join me at lunchtime and we'll walk into Wrigley if they'll let me film, and we'll try to get you some views of the inside of Wrigley Field. We'll probably be sitting in the upper deck. Usually my friend gets good seats in the front row of the upper deck there behind the not at the bottom, but like above where you walk, but you're right there in that first row, so there's no one in front of us. You can see all the people walking up and down the aisle, which is nice. Tailgate the lake. Look at that pontoon boat. But hey, if you just joined, we're in Chicago. We got 12:35. We're going to head back towards Michigan Avenue here and see if they're still lifting the bridges here. See how much progress they made. They were at Clark the last time. They're probably already at Wabash by now. Yeah, listen to the wind. But Bell, see, you got Chicago connection. You got grandfather buried here. We'll see if we can. Yeah, there's so many historic people. Not only your grandfather, people that are buried in Graceland Cemetery, architects, business leaders. It's just north of Wrigley Field there, between Lakeview and Buena Park and Uptown. And me and Grim Evil and other people have been asking me to go to Graceland Cemetery. Magic Mike went there. Magic Mike went there, posted some great photos of the tombs and the historic people buried there. You can check out Magic Mike's page there. I think a lot of you know him from our group of friends here. Rooftop across the street. Well, that's still an interesting experience. That's an interesting first experience. Yeah, you saw the stadium from outside the stadium. You could see the game. At least you got to see what the rooftops are like. There, we're back to the main channel here. So it looks like the sailboats are already up to Wabash. So we might get up there just in time to see them lift the Michigan Avenue Bridge. And if you want to see the bridge lift, I got 2 hours. One of them's 2 hours long, where we watched the bridge lifts last Wednesday and the Wednesday before. So we got plenty of content of the bridge lifts. Look at this boat coming by. Another pleasure craft heading by here. We'll scoot up the Riverwalk here. Yeah, Chris, you and I, end of the month. Chris and I are going to, I think, the Reds. What is that? May 31st. I think that's another Friday game. So look, hopefully you'll be able to see me. I didn't plan this. I woke up this morning. I had no idea I was going to be going to Wrigley on Friday. Someone literally, this is usually what happens, you know, day games, people can't get out of work, and someone must have canceled on him. I'm glad he thought of me, and he's like, hey, you want to go to Wrigley on Friday? I'm like, okay, I'm taking a day off. I went and scheduled PTO. I'll take the whole day off because, you know, I can meet him up for lunch at Byron's. There we get a hot Chicago style hot dog and buy him a beer, several beers. And Chris and I are going to go at the end of the month because I got those free Cubs tickets when I was walking down Michigan Avenue. So yeah, Chris, thanks for remembering that. I'm looking forward to that too. And the weather looks like it's going to be nice on Friday, so what a great day to play hooky from work. And I'll bring everybody along, at least if I can. So again, I'll try to do my regular schedule where I do lunchtime on YouTube for the lunch bunch going into Wrigley on Friday. And then if we film the cemetery, or maybe later in the game, I might be on TikTok. So check both formats that day. And I got to keep my battery charged and switch between phones. I might have to go between phones because, you know, the batteries just don't last. They really run down your phone live streaming. It's always the constant battle, keeping your phone charged when you got long days of live streaming. But here we're on the Chicago Riverwalk. We're heading back on a beautiful 60-degree day. We took a boat ride over there. And we'll head right back here and catch out the sailboats. Yeah, the Reds. That'll be a good game. When I grew up in the Cincinnati TV market. So that was after the big red machine of the 70s. And then I cheered for the Reds in 1990 when they won the World Series against the Oakland A's. They swept them. That was the Barry Larkin, Eric Davis, Ron Santo Reds. I remember as a kid watching when Pete Rose broke Ty Cobb's record, 4,192. I saw Pete Rose when he used to manage before he got banned from baseball. I was a kid. We used to go to Reds games, and Pete Rose was managing and playing at the same time and betting on baseball. And isn't it ironic now that you could bet on baseball? I know there's the Ohtani controversy with his translator. It's so funny that everybody but the players can bet on it, but everybody else can bet on it. And now the gambling, you cannot separate gambling from sports. And at that time, gambling was still illegal on sports, technically, even though everybody did it for NCAA and whatever else. You can gamble on the stock market. You can buy some GameStop. There's Shoreline Sightseeing. There, we'll head along the seating wall here. Clark and Irving Park, you got it. Yeah, that's great. Thanks for tuning in here. We're down here on the Riverwalk. Look at all these boats. What a beautiful day. Look at the Britannica building with the Shoreline Sightseeing going by. Look at that. And all these beautiful people sitting here on the steps here. You hear the announcer there. Beautiful day for a run. Yeah, get out there, enjoy this day. Yeah. Come on up, come on up. We got the whole summer ahead of us. That's why we're doing this here. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, we went under the Clark Street Bridge right when it was opening there. I might have to. Hey, I just posted on TikTok. You know, you all saw. We went inside the Congress hotel there, Congress Plaza Hotel, the haunted hotel, and I posted it to TikTok because I know people on TikTok won't go to YouTube to watch it, so I want them to see that. I edited it down a little bit, so if you want the full thing, of course, watch it on YouTube. You guys know what I'm talking about. I made sure I didn't film the security because I don't think they want them to be. They don't want to be on TikTok either. There's the kayak Shoreline Sightseeing. So they might already have the Michigan Avenue Bridge open. I probably should have took that water taxi back, but I want to save my fare for another time. I would have had to scan another ticket. Yeah, I see the boats. They're up there by Wabash. So we'll head over there. Maybe we can catch them opening the Michigan Avenue Bridge before we head back to work here. Or I head back to work. Gotta go to work. What a bummer. See, there's the RPM Seafood. We went and buy it. We'll go buy the Tiny Tap right here. And yeah, what a beautiful day. Yeah, Graceland. Yeah, it's haunted. We talked about it. And like anything, so I checked out the Wikipedia article. The Wikipedia article said that the poor woman that left with her kids to her death in 1939 was left from the 13th floor. I went back to the Wikipedia article, check. It says 13th, and then somebody in the comments said it was the 12th. So already somebody's arguing with me about what floor it was. I believe them. I'm like, why does the Wikipedia article say 13th sounds much more ominous and eerie for a haunted place? Of course, the 13th, you know, it's an unlucky number, and 12th is just as bad. It's still unfortunate, however it happened. And I was getting real weird vibes in that place. People noticed that my signal cut out when I went. Chris messaged me. My signal cut out, and then it suddenly popped back. And then when I mentioned the story, it cut out again when I was talking about it. And somebody said, "Oh, that's the ghosts. The ghosts are sending me a signal by messing with my bandwidth there." So yeah, they're waiting for the. They're already past the. It looks like people are still on the. They haven't opened the Michigan Avenue Bridge yet. They're probably only half of it. So we'll get there, hopefully in time to see them open the Michigan Avenue Bridge, and we'll book in this whole thing. We got 12:43, so we got more than enough time to get over there, and we'll finish the end of this video. Thanks for staying on here. What a nice day. Just walk on the Riverwalk. If you missed the earlier part, we took a water taxi. You can rewind or watch the rerun once this is done recording. Yeah, when they jump from the window, they're all unlucky. It doesn't matter, 12th, 13th. It was such a tragic story, too. They were afraid of being deported back to Nazi Germany, and they were trying to escape that. And that's why she was just so, despair. We forget what the people went through in that World War II generation. It wasn't just Americans, but it was a true global war, and affected so many people. And such a shame. But here's those little boats there. We saw that little blue boat. He was driving it out under the Marina Towers. Now we're back to State Street here. Yeah, you only live once. You only live once. Seize the day. Live every day like it's your last, because you never know. And kayak, Riverwalk kayak rentals. That's why we're getting. They put the googly eyes on the guy. They put the googly eyes on the guy in the kayak. That's nice. No alcohol on this point. Yeah. There's the boats. So we caught up with the boats. The sailboats are there. There's still people on the Michigan Avenue Bridge. So we'll get up there in time to see the Michigan Avenue Bridge. Hopefully I'll be able to film it before I got to go back to work here. This is perfect timing. It's amazing how fast it goes once they get to these bridges. And then they usually have to wait to clear everything off the Michigan Avenue Bridge. But look at that. Look at this beautiful view to the Wrigley Building, the London House. And there you can see the John Hancock right there. Look at that perfect view here with the sailboats. And we caught this with the bridge opening earlier. How's it going? So here we'll head up over this way and go by the Vietnam War Memorial here along the Chicago Riverwalk, Wabash Avenue, Marina Towers. We'll go by the brew house here. People are sitting up there. They got the fountain on for the Vietnam War Memorial there, the names of people that paid the ultimate sacrifice at war. And Chicago Brew House. It's more sirens. That is true, as kids had to go through that, and let us not forget, what happened, and not deny it, because people, how could you deny that? They survived it, And here is the city view, shoreline sightseeing going underneath the Wabash Avenue Bridge here. Look how you can look back and see all these bridges we crossed underneath on the water taxi here. Here, we caught up to the sailboats. So here's this group of sailboats heading into the harbor for the summer season. They picked a beautiful day to transverse all these bridges. Here comes another water taxi, the one we just took. Same route, heading from the Wrigley Building there. And here's all the sailboats waiting to go under the Michigan Avenue Bridge. We'll get in position here and hopefully we'll see it open here. And here they got O'Brien's open. I'm so happy to see O'Brien's open here on the Riverwalk. They got a big open seating area here. Hey, it's a nice dog. How you doing there? It's great. Dogs are enjoying it. Water taxi. So much going on. It's overwhelming. Everywhere you look, it's like a feast for the eyes. Never forget, Sandy, you're right. Never forget. Never forget. We're doomed to repeat the sad tragedies of the past if we don't remember history. And it's, you know, I don't even want to bring up what's going on currently in the Mideast right now. You know, it's just we all pray and hope for peace and the end of these senseless conflicts that always plague the world here, and Ukraine and Russia. Multiple conflicts going on to say, yeah, they're dinging the bell. They're dinging the bell. They're going to try to clear people off this bridge here. So we'll try to get in position. We'll try to get on the steps like we did last time. We'll try to get in position here and film underneath the Wrigley and Tribune here. They don't have the marketplace open yet. They usually open this up in the summertime here. And we'll see if people actually clear. Hey, there's the police boat right here. Let's see what the police boat's doing here. So we'll get up on the steps up there by the guy with the dog. But before we do that, we still got time because there's still people on the bridge here. I want to film this dog with the ball, and we'll film the police boat here. Illinois Conservation Police right there. He's checking on everybody there. They're talking to everybody there. They want them to back up there, I guess. Maybe they're checking to see if they got life vests, all that stuff. There, let's get up on this steps here, and we'll get in position here. What time we got? Hey, 12:49, so we got 10 minutes. Hopefully they'll get this thing raised and lowered in 10 minutes here. Yeah, the enormous wealth disparity, the French Revolution. Yeah, sorry, Chris, I went nuts there. I got to calm it down. I don't want to get, you know, I already talked with Sarah, and I know you were concerned too, that I got to be careful because, you know, we know that TikTok's not free speech, and I go on my rants and people don't know where I'm coming from. I don't want to get banned for spreading misinformation because I was just stating my opinions. I'll be the first to admit I don't have it all right. That was my opinion. I am not an expert in financial matters by any means. And so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm just kind of venting my own frustrations. But yeah, that's a good point there. And you and I are kind of on the same page. You know where I'm coming from, but I don't know if everybody else does. And so thanks for understanding there. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's why the confusion between the 12th and 13th floor is a lot of hotels don't have a 13th floor in the elevators or listed in the people's keys. And a lot of times the mezzanine will, the 12th floor will actually be the 13th, but people don't realize it's the 13th because of the mezzanine. And it'll skip on the elevator. It'll go from the 12th to the 14th. So that's why there's probably some confusion in the Congress Hotel, whether she left from the 13th or 12th floor. It's probably the same floor. It was on the Michigan Street side. Someone wrote that. And but people have seen all kinds of weird things in that hotel. And you see how it does kind of give you the Shining vibes. I mean, even that gold room, how you enter it from that mirrored place, and there was like nobody there, you know. And I'm glad I was able to film that. Thanks for tuning in there. I posted that to TikTok as well, so hopefully a wider audience will be able to see it and comment on it. That's good, Chris. Yeah. Sometimes I go off the handle. Sometimes I go way. I make it too personal. My personal battles with like Larry Fink and Jim Cramer. People don't know who these guys, these people are. You know, CNBC personalities and people that run major hedge funds like Vanguard and BlackRock. Larry Fink. You know, if you didn't like wokeism, he was pushing woke capitalism, where people were investing into. They were punishing certain corporations for not pushing the woke agenda. And I lean to the left. I'm pretty empathetic to Black Lives Matter. I'm an ally. Same with the LGBTQ movement. I'm not a member of that community nor the Black Lives Matter community. I'm an ally. Same with Native Americans. You know, I'm an ally. I don't belong. I'm not a card-carrying member of any tribe or nation, but I have ancestors that were Melungeons, so I'm empathetic to all those groups, and I realize the discrimination my ancestors faced, and so, you know, I want to be an ally and support people. But it gets interesting when, you know, they're pushing an agenda through how you invest, and it's not a free market, you know, and it's really strange what's going on here. We see we're on the steps here. And these are too complex of issues to be talking down on a format like TikTok that dumbs everything down to like what's your favorite pizza and what are you having for dinner, when I'm trying to have a major conversation about, you know, inflation. It's not what do you have for dinner, it's how much it costs, you know. Well, we'll see if they open this bridge here, the DeSable Michigan Avenue Bridge. What we're waiting around for is these sailboats have already gone through like 20 some bridges to get to this point. We filmed this last. I want to see if they open the DeSable Michigan Avenue Bridge, and then we'll head back to work. Montrose, that's good, yeah. Blackstone, I bet the Blackstone area has some spooky areas. That's the original smoke-filled hotel just south of the Congress. And the Hilton Hotel's right there. All those old hotels from the, you know, the Congress is older. You know, the Congress and the auditorium go back to the 1890s, the oldest parts. And then there's newer parts, 1900. And then like the Blackstone, I think, was built in the 20s. And so was the Hilton, was built at the end of the 20s. But here they're dinging the bell. Hopefully they'll open this bridge here. And we'll get you a bridge lift here to... Thanks, Julie. Thanks for having my back there. I appreciate it. Yeah, here's Johnny. Julie, that's quoting the Shining. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, look at this building. I just can't believe like J.D. Vance was there, like stroking this guy's ego, and even the Speaker of the House repeated verbatim his talking points, the same ones that Mr. T there made at his court. Because the Speaker of the House knows he wouldn't have survived. He wouldn't have survived the vote from what's her name that was trying to oust him as Speaker. So he has to kowtow to the Republican candidate there for President of the United States. And it just cracks me up that the conservative candidate, the Speaker of the House, pretty much says that it's okay for people to use campaign money to pay off a porn star to stop a story in the tabloids. He says that's okay. That's the conservative viewpoint. That's a legitimate business expense. It just cracks me up that they have to defend this guy that is not conservative by any means, even though he represents the conservative party. At least, you know, is that conservative? I don't know. Maybe I misunderstand what conservatism is. I grew up in a very conservative religious background. That they were very repressive sexually, and they certainly didn't carouse with porn stars at golf events. But hey, the world's changed. The liberalization of the world is amazing. Yeah, you know, we knew this stuff went on. We just didn't want to know the grisly details, you know. Now we're all forced to listen to it and drag everybody down, just like Bill Clinton did. Bill Clinton dragged us down to the gutter too, but he was on the left. Now the right's doing it too. And now it's okay when the right, you know, it's different, you know, when it's their guy. Here, look at this Riverview barge coming through. That's why the sailboats really have to hug the shore, because see how close they have to come to the shore to make this turn. And look at these sailboats, this large barge going by these sailboats that are tied to the shore here, waiting for this bridge to open so they can go through. It gets really congested here, which is why we witnessed a boat accident last fall when we filmed this. Look at that Riverview going through there. So much traffic on the river today. I'm amazed the captains of these boats can navigate all this. Yeah, it's a sad affair. I am relaxed. I'm enjoying this. This is my normal self. I tell you, I'm like Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies. I'm always amped up and pointing and screaming, and people, they're like, why are you so angry? I'm like, this is how I normally am. People don't understand this is my true self. I'm always like amped up and like ready to go. You know, I'm like, I get off on this. I enjoy it. It like keeps my blood flowing, you know. May you live in interesting times, you know. I just can't believe this is the best our country to do. These two flawed candidates on both sides that no one really likes. No one really likes. This is our choices. I know some people really love that guy, but he's a very polarizing figure, and I got to walk past this building, so I have to address the elephant in the room. I can't like, it's almost like worse if I don't talk about it, because I'm always walking by this building and people are always asking me to film it and talk about it because they love that guy. I'm not crazy about the guy, but that's my own personal opinion. But here we're waiting for this bridge, and I respect other people's opinions. I respect other people's viewpoints. I know people tune in from different areas of the country and have a totally different perspective on what's happening to this city and country, and it's good for me to hear that, because we get in our own echo chambers. And come on, open this bridge. I want to get back to work here. Here, DeSable Michigan Avenue Bridge. Nah, I drank my coffee. Thanks for tuning in. I'm trying to fill the dead airspace. Maybe I'll just go silent here. I'll go silent so you can see. I give everybody a break. We'll just listen to the bell here. Yeah, honking the horn there. So if they ever open this bridge, I'll walk up these stairs and I'll show you what the bridge looks like when it's in the open position, because it's amazing once you see what that bridge looks like sticking up in the air, blocking all the lanes of Michigan Avenue. Yeah, I agree. I don't idolize any politician. Certainly do not idolize Biden, and I certainly do not idolize Trump, because to me they're just politicians. They're figureheads. They're flawed people themselves, and I reserve the right to make fun of both parties, to ridicule whoever's in office, because that's what we do as Americans. Look at Saturday Night Live. Chevy Chase made a career off of making fun of Gerald Ford, as he should have. We do parody. Any politician that cannot laugh at themselves has an ego problem, and you know what I'm talking about. And any politician that can't take criticism has a problem, because all politicians deserve criticism, because that's what we do as Americans. And I don't want to get in this where we idolize or deify any politician, because they're just people. They have to sit on the toilet just like the rest of us. So my grandmother would say that about the Queen of England. She would say, Queen of England still has to sit on the toilet just like the rest of us. Here, let's cross the street here. So I'm gonna get out of this area here, because I got to get back to work. You can watch the reruns of the other bridge lifts. We saw it earlier on this live. If I get further down the street, we might get lucky and see the bridge in the upright position when they open it. I want to show what it looks like here as we get further down Michigan Avenue. Since they're taking, and usually they don't take this long because it backs up the traffic. There, they're starting to open it here. So here we go. So I'll be able to just back up, go down Michigan Avenue here and show you. Look at this unique perspective. I want to get this perspective. This is, they're lifting the bridge here in front of the Wrigley and Tribune buildings here. And you're going to see in the upright position here the Michigan Avenue. Look at that. So here we got a bridge lift here in Chicago. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We got to see some fun stuff today. There it goes. You see it? Yeah. Look at that. Looks like they're lifting both sides. They're lifting both sides, so they must have got the repairs done on this bridge here. Here's the Michigan Avenue Bridge in the upright position. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we'll see what happens, Kevin. I know it's going to be, you know, worst case scenario, it's such a close election, it goes to the Supreme Court. This country will tear itself apart if the Supreme Court has to decide another election like the 2000 between Gore and Bush. Because the country's not ready for the Supreme Court to make a decision unilaterally on who's our next president. And if it's so close, and of course, there's always the one side might deny that the election is legitimate, and then it'll get tied up in the courts. And once again, we got the Supreme Court deciding everything. 9 people deciding everything that happens in this country. Even the TikTok ban decision is going to go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is deciding everything because Congress is so powerless and so divided that they can't enforce anything. Isn't that amazing? And it all gets litigated in the courts. Lawyers have ruined the world. Thanks a lot. Money has ruined the world. Citizens United. We talk about this all the time. Thanks for tuning in. You know what I think about it. Look at that beautiful view. Michigan Avenue Bridge in the upright position. I'm literally walking backwards on the street here. And what a unique perspective here we got on the city here. Hopefully not. Hopefully people don't die on the bridge lifts. We got enough problems with people dying in the city for other reasons. I'll try to cross here. We'll cross Lake Street or Water Street, and then we'll cross Michigan Avenue, and then I'll head back to work. But hey, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in here. I hope you can catch the beginning part of this live if you didn't see it, where we took a water taxi, and we did get able to see the bridge lift from a unique perspective here. Here's a city worker, people making lefts here. Nice bike here. So here we got the light here. We'll cross the street here, and then we'll cross Michigan Avenue, and we'll get you a beautiful view looking north with the Michigan Avenue Bridge in the upright position with that beautiful skyline view. Look at that. Let me zoom in and frame this. Look at that. Get out just a little bit there. There we go. So we'll cross Michigan Avenue here. We got the light, and then I'll lead you with this. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm not going to mention everybody's name. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in, and check me out there tonight on TikTok. We'll do this walk home, and I'll try to be more affable in the live there on TikTok so we don't get banned for spreading misinformation here. So have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on TikTok tonight. 63 people on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. It was a beautiful day. Thanks for coming along with me. We'll see you later. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, everybody.